Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lanice. I'm a nurse and I do these cool little nursing videos. If you are not new here, hello, welcome back, and you already know what I'm going to say. Thank you for tuning into my video, because you could be anywhere in the world, but you are here with me, baby, and that is greatly appreciated. All right, so I know it has been a good 6 months, at least since December, since I have recorded with you guys, but I'm back and I'm better and I have a lot to talk about. But we're gonna go ahead and get straight into what the topic is today. So I have not been posting a lot, partly due to, me being a little lazy, me not disciplined like I need to be. But I have also been working two jobs. Two jobs. So I have been working as a local travel nurse. It's not very local because this contract that I'm currently working is 2 hours from my home, but it is still close enough for me to drive. So I've been working as a local travel nurse, and I still have my part-time job. So I've been working 2 nights at my part-time job and 3 days at my full-time local travel nurse job. And so with that being said, I'm working 60-hour work weeks, and I just haven't had time to do a lot of posting, y'all. And I do apologize, but I came here to let you guys know that in the end, it's all worth it. It's all worth it. If you guys know, if you have been here for a while, you know that I purchased a home last year, and it's time for me to get it decorated. I have not been decorating my home. I have not been putting a lot of money into places that I need to put it in. And so this year is the year of paying off debt and decorating my home. And so I have been working 2 jobs, and I will say for the most part, it has been worth it. Has your girl been tired? Yes. I have been so doggone tired, but it's Memorial Day weekend, and I made sure to take my little 3 days off, honey. And that's why I have enough time to sit here and record with y'all. And I also started a few new vlogs. So y'all gonna get a little bit of something from me, okay? Y'all gonna get something from me this week. All right, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. Is working 2 jobs as a nurse worth it? I would say that lately it has been. Like I said, I have been tired, but working 2 jobs as a nurse has been worth it recently for me. I've been doing it since about December of last year. I had a contract that ended abruptly around February. So I took a month off from one job, and I have been working both of the jobs currently since March. So it's May. So the last 2 months I've been working 2 jobs. So first I want to talk to you about the pros of working 2 jobs as a nurse. Then we will talk about the cons of working 2 jobs as a nurse. And then I will give you guys my detailed paycheck, so you can basically kind of estimate how much I have been making monthly working 2 jobs as a nurse. So let's go ahead and get into it, okay? Okay, so the most obvious benefit or pro of working 2 jobs as a nurse is the income. At one of my jobs, the local travel nurse position, I get paid weekly. So every Thursday evening, I get that direct deposit. It hits long as I work my days. It hits that following week on Thursday. And baby, on the weeks that I get paid from both my jobs, because at my part-time job, I get paid bi-weekly like any other job. But on the weeks that I get paid from both of my jobs, I'm telling you, bills get paid. Clothes get bought, lashes get done, nails get done. My daughter has a good time with her friends. In the end, we all know that the money is always going to be the most beneficial thing when it comes to working 2 jobs. Now, the next pro that I will say is that I am building my skills as a nurse. At one point in time, I was working 2 jobs, and I was working in a surgery center while also working at the hospital. I work medsurge at the hospital. That's all I know when it comes to hospital work, and I have never worked in ICU. I have worked in the emergency room, but not as an emergency room nurse, just as a medsurge nurse in the emergency room doing emergency room holds. So I don't know any other setting as a nurse. Now, do I want to explore my options? One day, just not today. But yeah, so in the hospital, I work med-surg, and I have also worked at a surgery center in the last year. And when it came to building skills, I was building people skills, different settings require different people skills. Let me tell you, different. I was also in the hospital. I use a whole different skill set than I was at the surgery center. In the hospital, I'm doing, of course, a lot of medication administration, IV insertions, Foley catheters, prioritization, time management. All of those skills get built in the hospital, especially as a med-surg nurse, because I typically have 6 patients. And when I say time management is key, time management is key. While working at the surgery center, it was more customer service based almost. It was, having to really talk and engage with your patients. It was also, I didn't give as many medications outside of a, IV antibiotic or some type of sedation whenever the patient was on the table. It was more so, looking back, I can't tell you too many skills that I used in the surgery center outside of a little bit of medication administration, monitoring patients to make sure that they didn't have any side effects of the medications, any adverse effects of the surgery, things of that nature. There was a lot of monitoring going on in the surgery center. Now, I will say that at one job, like I said, I work day shift, and on the other shift, I work night shift. And I will say that you build a whole different, you use a lot of the same skills, of course, but there are certain skills that you use on night shift that you don't have to use on day shift as much. For example, working night shift, you don't have rapid response as readily available, depending on what hospital you're working at. I'm also a float nurse. I didn't tell you guys that. So I float from hospital to hospital in my area. So smaller hospitals are ran a lot different than larger hospitals, which also builds a lot of skills. But I will say that one muscle that I have to use on night shift, that gets built a little bit stronger on night shift than on day shift, is running a code. On night shift, you as the nurse and your teammates are going to have to run those codes on your own, depending on the hospital, because the code team is not there at night. Don't get me, it's like, do people not die at night? Or is it just 9 to 5 that people die? I don't know. But I will say that I have learned how to run codes better on night shift than on day shift, because I have to be more responsible. On day shift, you hit that code blue button, you put that patient in, lower that bed to CPR position, get the backboard up under him, start your chest compressions, but soon after you start your chest compressions, that rapid response team, that CPR team, they're coming in and they're taking over, and you can kind of step out of the way. Not like that on night shift, baby. On night shift, you and your coworkers, y'all gonna run that code from beginning to end, whether you guys resuscitate the patient or the doctor just calls the code and the patient, unfortunately expires. But that's just, working 2 jobs builds your skill set as a nurse. I will tell you that much. Another benefit to working 2 jobs as a nurse is what is the word I'm looking for? The networking. You interact with a whole different slew of people depending on what type of facility you work in. Now, of course, working in the surgery center, I work very closely with surgeons. I also work closely with a small handful of nurses and CRNAs and radiologist techs at this particular surgery center. Now, on day shift in the hospital, I'm interacting with a lot of hospitalists. I'm interacting with a lot of surgeons. I'm interacting with multiple physicians of different specialties. In one day, one patient can see 4 or 5 doctors. You have the cardiologist, you have the pulmonologist, you have the urologist, you have the hospitalist. That's 4 doctors that a patient can see in one day, depending on how many issues and how many consultations they have, not to mention physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. So you're doing a lot of networking throughout the day, depending on what type of facility you work in. So I will say that working 2 jobs, I have met a lot of people. And being that I would like to further my education and I would like to go to NP school soon, I'm going to need some professional letters of recommendation, some professional letters from physicians, from nurse managers, from different people, and networking with these people, building these relationships, building my rapport now with these people is only going to help me in the long run. So I will say that working 2 jobs as a nurse, when it comes to networking, it is the thing to do, baby. If you're trying to really build your profession and meet new people, and further your education, working 2 jobs as a nurse is gonna help you interact and meet new people, and it will help you in the long run whenever it comes to that aspect of it. Now, those are just a couple of pros that I can come up with, but of course, it comes with cons. Comes with cons too. So I would say the most obvious con of working 2 jobs as a nurse is your fatigue. We all know that as nurses, we tend to fatigue. We tend to get tired. We tend to overwork ourselves. We already work 12-hour shifts majority of the time, depending on what type of setting you work in. We work 12-hour shifts, which in itself is tiring. And 3 of those in a row will burn you out. For real, it will burn you out. So working 2 jobs as a nurse, I'm telling you, the amount of fatigue that I feel at the end of the week, it's like, sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, that alone, at times I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I come home some nights because I drive back and forth. I have a 13-year-old daughter. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm looking for a contract that's a little bit closer, maybe like an hour and a half, not quite 2 hours away. Because I have a 13-year-old daughter, and I can't stay somewhere every night. I have to know what's going on in my house. So the nights that I'm driving back and forth to my travel position, I get home some nights and I'm like, I want to quit one of these jobs. One of these jobs has to go, but then I have to think about the goals and what I'm doing here, and I tell myself it's only temporary. And when I get those paychecks, I'm telling you that fatigue is worth it when the paychecks come rolling in. But those days that I'm working 12-hour shifts, have to come home, wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and do it again, when I already don't get home till about 9:30 in the evening, I'm telling you, the amount of fatigue that I feel is out of this world, baby. Out of this world. I'm not gonna lie. That would be the most obvious con, being tired. So the second con probably ties in very closely with the first con, which is fatigue, but my lack of personal time. Like I said, when the video first started, I have not had time to record YouTube videos. I have not had time to work out like I really want to. Now, I'm trying to get into the habit of maybe waking up at 3:30. I did it one day. I woke up at 3, went to the gym at 3:30, and left for work at 4:45, and still got my workout in. And I will say that day that I worked out prior to going to work, I had a lot of energy at work. I felt great at work. But doing that 2-3 days in a row, it does not seem feasible for a 36-year-old woman, okay? It does not seem feasible for somebody like me. I love my sleep, baby. I wish I was a bed, because I love being in the bed, okay? So it's not feasible. So I don't have a lot of personal time, not to mention, like I said, I have a 13-year-old daughter, and I honestly feel bad because I'm always at work. And then when I do get a day off, I have to find time to divvy it up between my daughter, my friends, my boo, myself. I noticed that I put myself on the back burner. I've been trying to do my little self-care thing lately, getting my nails done, getting my lashes done, I cut all my locks off too. Y'all didn't know that. So I'm bald up under here, but getting my hair cut, like trying to make sure I take care of myself. But I still want to have some human interaction. I still want my friends to know I love them. I still want my daughter to know that I'm there for her. I want my boo to know, hey, ain't no stepping out, because I'm still around. So the lack of personal time that I have working 2 jobs as a nurse, it's like I don't have any. I work 60 hours a week, which is 3 12-hour day shifts. Then I flip to night shifts, work 2 12-hour night shifts, and then I only get 2 days off a week. But sometimes when you work night shift, the next day doesn't feel like you're really getting a day off, because you want to sleep in the morning, so you're not getting your full day whenever you work a night shift. So I mean, my workout schedule is trash right now. My eating schedule is trash right now. There's no meal prepping. Meal prepping on a day off, what time? My days off are already planned the week before, and meal prepping is never included, So that's a huge con. I don't care what anyone says. That's a huge con. And so tip number three, I'm not giving you guys tips. I'm giving you guys pros and cons. What am I talking about? So con number 3 would definitely tie into the first two, and it would be the health issues that come along with working two jobs. Like I said, I don't get to meal prep. Oftentimes I'm eating food in the cafeteria. We do have salad bars. I try to eat at the salad bar. I try to make sure I drink my water throughout the day. I try to make sure that when I'm eating breakfast in the cafeteria, it's boiled eggs, it's oatmeal, it's turkey sausage, and it's not the pancakes, the French toast, the cereals, things that are high in sugar. I try to monitor what I eat. But your girl's cholesterol was high. I went to the doctor for my annual checkup, and they draw your labs. Everything was good, but my cholesterol was high. And it also affects my family because I'm not able to cook for my daughter like I should, and we end up eating out a lot. So when she had her well visit check last week and they drew her labs, her cholesterol was high, and she's only 13. Her cholesterol was high and her hemoglobin A1C was high, y'all. Her hemoglobin A1C was 5.8. They said she is pre-diabetic. 13 years old, pre-diabetic, and so part of that is because she loves sweets, but I can't be mad at her for her sweet tooth when I'm the one who created it. I keep ice cream in the house. I keep honey buns. I keep sugary cereals. I keep juice, things that are high in sugar. I keep that. And she's a child. She's not going to monitor herself. I'll come home. I'll buy a box of honey buns on Sunday and they're gone by Wednesday between the two of us. So, I can't be upset with her because it's me. I'm the adult here. So working two jobs impacts your health, not only because you're tired and you're fatigued, but because it's hard to eat healthy. It's hard to make sure that you're getting healthy meals. Now, I do have a friend that recently, he subscribes to Project Lean Nation. It's kind of like Factor, where they give you the healthy meals. They meal prep for you basically, and they're frozen meals. And I will say that things like that help, but then you're spending money on it. So it's like the extra money that you're making, you end up spending on eating out, or you end up spending on people to meal prep for you, doing things for you that you could typically do yourself if you had the time and you weren't working two jobs. So I will say that is a con. And another thing is, and I see a lot of nurses do this when they work two jobs, the labor laws here where I stay, the labor laws here are like, you cannot work more than 20 hours in a 24-hour period. But I will see nurses bounce from one job to the other. I've done it myself. I have bounced from one job to the other and worked a full 24 hours. In one, like a rotating 24 hour. And I'm not a physician, baby. I'm not built for that. They didn't teach me that in school. When I went to clinicals, it was from 7A to 7P. I'm not in residency. We're not doing on-call shifts, So, I mean, you need to make sure you're like following your labor laws in your city or your state or whatever. Like, I can't get my words together, but yeah. So I would say that all of those things are cons when it came to working two jobs. Like I said, I do find it worth it because I'm working towards a goal. I'm trying to complete a few things. I'm trying to pay off a few things. And at this point in time of my life, I know that this is temporary. What I'm not trying to do is build a lifestyle to where I have to work two jobs. I'm not working two jobs. I want to make sure I say that for the people in the back, because this is what tends to happen. You make more money, you get accustomed to making that money, and you build a lifestyle based off of the amount of money that you're working for, that you're earning, the amount of money that you're currently earning. So you keep yourself in a constant state of having to hustle. What I'm doing, Lord willing, I hope you hear my prayers right now. I am trying to get myself to a place to where I don't have to work but one job. And if anything, one part-time job. I'm trying to pay off my debt. I'm trying to get my lifestyle comfortable enough to where I'm not having to pay a bunch of bills. I'm not having to do things with my money that will trickle on throughout the years. I'm trying to pay stuff off. I'm trying to get myself to a place to where I don't have to work, which is why I'm doing YouTube, which is why I'm back, because you already know your girl need to get paid from this. I need to get paid from this. So anyways, we will go ahead and get into how much I have been making the last few months. So this week was actually a week. I'm opening my computer, excuse me. This week was actually a week in which I got paid from both of my jobs, which is like, oh, I think this would be a good thing to share. I got paid from both of my jobs, and I worked the full amount on both of my jobs. Now, I will say that oftentimes, that's another con. I'm going to go ahead and tell you this now. Trying to make your schedule align for two jobs, don't know how I missed this one. Trying to make your schedule align for two jobs is hard, especially when one is nights and one is days. And I will say that I have called out of work a lot, not even because of the two jobs, but more so because I'm just burnt out. And after that 48th hour, I'm like, I can't do it. And I've had some health issues going on recently too that I will share in my vlog. So, y'all follow. I'll probably post a vlog at the end of the week, and I will talk about the health issues that I've been having, which does not add to the amount of stress that I'm already putting on my body. It does not help. But I said all that to say that sometimes I don't get paid a full 48 hours on my part-time paycheck or a full 36 hours on my full-time local contract because I'll call in, I will leave work early, I will get called off. Sometimes they'll put you on call and you don't get paid for that. So, or sometimes I use PTO, so I won't get my full float pay. But this week, baby, we got all the money. We got all the money. Okay. We got all of our money. So I figured this would be the best time for me to kind of share with you guys the potential amount of money that I have to make in a month, if I do what I'm supposed to do. So, okay. Have my computer pulled up here, and I'll make sure that I add this into the video so you guys can see my stub, at least just the total. I'm not showing y'all everything. Y'all don't need to know all that. But on my part-time paycheck, which is the paycheck that I get paid bi-weekly, that is $2,075.29. That is, I had a few, like I said, I eat in the cafeteria. So sometimes my cafeteria deductions will be a little bit more, from week to week. Because some hospitals don't even have cafeterias open at nighttime. And that is helpful if I don't order DoorDash. That is helpful because I won't have as much cafeteria deduction coming out of that paycheck. And it'll force me to bring my own lunch. But lately I've been going to the bigger hospitals that do have the cafeteria. So your girl been spending a lot of money in the cafeteria. So, some weeks the cafeteria deduction is a little bit more than others. I do also get me and my daughter's medical benefits through my part-time job, which is lovely, y'all. Lovely. That's why I like being part-time, because you still get full benefits. They're a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it. Only working 2 days, having to work 24 hours in a week instead of 36. When I pay this stuff off, baby, that's all I'm working just to keep my medical benefits, my little 2 days a week, Lord willing, because he's the author of all of this. But that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm working towards. And faith without works is dead. So I'm putting some work towards my the things that I'm putting faith in God to do for me. So on this particular job, on my biweekly paycheck, I got $2,075.29. And then on my check from my full-time job, which is just a week, I get paid this paycheck weekly. I got paid $1,888.97. A lot of the reason why I do the local travel is for the tax-free stipend. At my local job, I only get paid $26 an hour. I would never in my life. No, let me not. I'm not above working for $26 an hour. But as long as I'm a nurse and I do what I'm supposed to do, and I keep my license, and I'm working as a registered nurse, I can't see myself working for $26 an hour. But I will if I'm getting a $1,200 tax-free stipend every week, baby. You can pay me. You might be able to pay me $15. I don't know. But anyways, let me pull this calculator up. Actually, I got a calculator on my phone. What am I doing? All right, so $1,888.97 plus. We said the other paycheck from the part-time was $2,075.29. So this week alone, I got paid $3,964.26. Now, I get paid from both of my jobs in the same week, like this week, 2 times a month. So I'm going to multiply that by 2, because for 2 weeks out the year, I'm going to get paid that 2 weeks out the month, that's what I'm going to get paid. So that's $7,928.52 bi-weekly. That is not adding the other 2 weeks that I only get paid from one job. And that one job is the one I'm getting paid $1,888. And how many cents? 97 cents. That is $9,817.49 a month. A month. As a single woman. Y'all make the decision. Y'all make the decision for y'all, because I've made it for myself. I've made it for myself, and ain't nobody out there gonna tell me that I made a bad decision, because it's temporary and I'm working towards something. But y'all make the decision for y'all, for yourselves. Y'all nurses out there, y'all make that decision, and y'all come back and y'all tell me what's best for you. Okay, because I'm telling you what's best for me. To me, it's worth it. It's worth it. I want almost $10,000 a month. Now, don't let me pick up a shift where they're offering an extra bonus. Don't let me work more weekends than weeks, because all that plays a role. You get an extra $4 for working on the weekends. No, extra $3 for working on the weekends. $3 an hour for working on the weekends. So don't let me work 2 weekends at the part-time job and work all during the week at the full-time job. Don't let me do that. And me have a couple extra $100 in there and really make that $10K a month as a registered nurse. And you don't even need a 4-year degree. Somebody was so shocked when I told them I just got my bachelor's last year. Now, I've been had a bachelor's in something else, but I just got my BS last year. Y'all tell me if it's worth it. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say, okay? I don't have much battery left. I want to make sure I vlog. And I didn't already say this at the beginning, but if you like my content, all I ask is that you please like the video, subscribe to my channel if you are not already subscribed. And if you know anybody that this video may be beneficial for, send this to them. Send this to them. Your girl is trying to get all of the views, okay? All of the views. That's all. I just want all of them. That's it. I'm not asking for too much. I'm not asking for too much, okay? So like, subscribe, share, make sure you hit the bell notification so you're notified for when I post more videos, because I would tell y'all I'm gonna post more videos, but I think I've said that too many times, and I don't even want to get y'all hopes up like that. I don't want to do y'all like that. So like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you don't remember my name from the beginning because you're new here, you will remember it after today. My name is Lenice. I'm a registered nurse, and I do these cool little nursing videos. And this video is over, and I'm out. Peace.